Speaking of go thither, somebody challenged me to tell the horrible woman story, which is a great story. So, fun fact, Ben, our own Ben, our Bengineering Ben, hosts trivia at Ocean Island every Thursday night. And it's great, and you should go if you're ever in town. Fun fact, I used to host trivia, and after that, Ian hosted trivia. So we got Kathleen, Ian, Ben, and each one rising to new heights of scale and quality. But anyhow, this is right before Ian was going to retire his trivia hosting reign. And Kate was like, wow, we really need someone to help out. Can you come and fill in for 1 week? And go back to your old trivia hosting duty. And I was like, sure can. And sort of made arrangements so Graham could watch Penelope and did a whole quiz up and everything, and it was really great. And I got there, and Ocean Island can have a loud bar culture, and my reaction is always, look, I'm here to do trivia. There's a lot of people who are also here to do trivia. If you're here to drink, that's fine, but you need to be respectful that probably 60 to 70% of the bar are not here to see you get drunk and scream with your friends. They're here to do trivia. It lasts like 2 hours. So just let us get through this, because the faster I can get through things, the faster we all get to be done. And after several polite warnings, it usually devolves into this. Now, keep in mind, I've had to deal with drunk people a few times. Some guy tried to argue with me about how I was wrong and he was right. And, well, that happened a few times. But basically, if I keep having to respectfully tell you to shut up, eventually we'll devolve into this. Actually, I'm not going to hurt your feelings, but...
No. You have to have a feeling.
Hey, you!
Yes?
Person who's drinking back there?
Yes?
Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up right now!
Boss, Kathleen.
So anyhow,
we're on the
it takes. I'm saying, I was just like, what's wrong with you? So anyhow, that's what I do. Eventually, when I get pushed to it. And so what happened, and I ran a successful quiz night. Aside from that, I'm just getting a huge... Ash is coming up here to give me a shame ticket, isn't she?
No. Well, she are you talking about one of our previous sponsors?
No.
Okay.
That was your shame ticket.
I'm talking
delivered.
about a really stupid thing I did.
Oh, okay.
Anyhow.
No swears.
No swears. All right. Shut the bus up.
Hey, Kathleen,
Hey.
remember at lunch how we were talking about you hadn't sworn on camera yet?
Well, it had to happen sometime, engineer.
I was just saying you
And
caught
it was
up.
prime time.
I know. I forgot.
Say sorry to the little children and we'll forgive
I'm
you.
sorry. I believe your grandchildren are watching. Right?
Just say sorry to the little children and we'll
Kathleen,
forgive you. You
some
say people do it by mistake sometimes.
Some
I'm
people
sorry.
come here for a nice trivia or a nice fundraising. It only happens like for a week.
We love you and we're tired and sometimes you forget to say boss.
I know. I did. Anyhow,
Smurf works as well.
Let me tell the end of the story because I'm like 90% of the way there.
Finish it out.
Okay, so here's what happened. This is a well-deserved shame ticket. I accept it.
You must go closer to the camera so all may appreciate.
Wait, I'll put it on skull cam actually.
That's gonna require some dexterity.
Bomb zone!
Oh man, did I swear on camera? Okay. So anyhow, aside from me having to yell aggressively at a drunk guy because he just ignored me like the first 3 times that I told him to be quiet so we could get this trivia night on the move, I thought it went well and everybody had a good time. And it was great. And it was like, kind of like, it was me, it was kind of silly and stuff like that, but it wasn't like out of the ordinary. It was a trivia night. And so anyhow, the manager at the time, I don't think he'd been to a trivia night before, and he was very horrified by the fact that I resorted to yelling at a guy and banned me on no uncertain terms from ever hosting trivia again. But I can't attend because I got in there. So I'm no longer allowed to host trivia at Ocean Island because I'm so bad. And he was just like, I didn't really care. I think he was expecting me to be more cut up about it because he was like telling me, he's like, that was super inappropriate and offensive. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, and I'm like, and what? And he's like, I'm going to come back. I'm like, okay, cool. He's like, I don't think it's very cool. I'm like, I don't really care. So basically, he's like, really? I was like, yeah, whatever, man, it's fine. And he's like, no, it's not whatever. And I'm like, okay, can I go now? And he was like, kind of confused that I didn't care. So anyhow, that's the story. And so anyhow, I wanted to use my last $30 I think I made for hosting that trivia night to get myself a custom-made mug that just said "a horrible woman" on it, and drink out of it because I think it's very appropriate for me.
All right, Kathleen, were you out of the room a little while ago when we did our kindergarten refresher course? Maybe we need to do that again.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, everybody, to just go right back and scrub over what Kathleen just said. Always say you're sorry.
I am sorry. Yes, and yes,
She said that.
I really did roast that guy hard by like not really caring what he said because being banned from never performing Ocean Island Trivia, which I never intended to host again, is not exactly a tear rolling down my cheek moment. However, if you're in town,
They are a great place.
it's a great place to go.
That
and
is
Ben
nothing
does a
on their-
I've been to one of Ben's quizzes. It was awesome. Ben does amazing, really cool like concept rounds. Like he did a dad joke round once. He puts way more effort into it than I did.
Yeah.
So go check out Ben's trivia night, which is great.
There will be no swearing at old ladies in the back, and it will be
It
lovely.
wasn't an old lady.
and-
It was like a drunk 20-year-old guy who was like
Oh, well.
pre-drinking before he went to the bar. It was like the most obnoxious kind of bro, because it always is.
Fair.
Other people are just like, yeah, I get that I'm not really here for trivia, but I get that most of the bar is here for trivia, so I can at least keep it down.
Another kindergarten lesson for post-kindergarten graduates when you're older. Drink quietly when you're pre-drinking before you go to the bar.
Or just like
Drink
respect
at home, it's cheaper.
That too.
Or just respect
Economic.
Hey, are we supposed to be giving drinking advice?
When you're of legal age.
Once you're of legal age. Until then, drink your milk quietly before you go to the bar.
How did I resist giving the double? He hadn't said anything like bad. Like he was just like annoyed at me, and I was like, but he hadn't done anything to warrant me giving him the double deuces. He wasn't saying unreasonable things. That was his feelings. He's entitled to them. I just don't care.
Oh dear. Well,
That
mo-
was
yes.
Kathleen gets in trouble for using potty mouth at a bar, and
then gets in trouble for telling a story about it using
how
potty
she got in
mouth.
trouble for using potty mouth at a bar.
Yay!
Oh, that story just got
That's me.
better.
Do you know I've been fired from a lot of jobs?
Oh
Not for
dear.
swearing, just usually for not giving a bus.
Kindergarten lesson, give a bus.
Or don't if they're not paying you enough to.